Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It's Farhan Rafi here, your English teacher. I hope you all are good and focusing on your studies regularly. So, in today's brief lecture, we are going to start our chapter number 7, that is education and the training of character. It's written by Sir Richard Livingstone, who is one of the best well known British classical scholars, educationist, and academic administrator. He worked in different capacities in different institutions in Europe, particularly in England, and he was also the professor at Oxford University, London, and he was also, appointed as the vice chancellor of this, world famous university in 1944, and he served in that capacity from 1944 to 1947. And he was also knighted, as you can say, the sir with his name. He was knighted in 1944. That is the title given by Queen of England to the people who served in a particular capacity for their services, and he was given the title of sir, for his services in education. In this very chapter, there are some brief points that you must study before starting this chapter, and before we discuss the question answer. And he says that education, being an educationist, he divides education in three categories, and according to him, education is a vast continent, and it can be divided into different major categories like vocational education, social or political education, and spiritual education. So by vocational education, he means that the education through which we learn how to earn, and social education enables us to teach enables and teaches how to live in a society without fellow being like a responsible citizen, and spiritual education deals with the moral feelings and highly refined endowments of mind. And all these educations are the part of our lives, and they are and all these categories are important for us leading our lives. Next, he says that the objective of education is to contribute something of worth. I mean, worth means that is important to society and humanity at large. By this noble objective, but this noble objective cannot be achieved if education fails to improve the vision of the students and train their character to the highest possible degrees of morality. He says that education does not only mean to teach; it also means to train. To train the vision and to train the character of a student, so that they may be the useful citizen of our society. And next, he says that scientific knowledge is essential, no doubt, for life. And without science, we cannot survive. Uh, you know, we have been discussing this topic in class, many times. And he says that education is important, but it is not the solution to all our problems. That some people misunderstand, and they think that education can solve all our issues because we are human beings. We have other things. Science is the knowledge of matter, but only matter is not important in life. Other aspects are also considered and also addressed, like our spiritual needs, our social needs, our political needs as well. And next, he says that education is actually an effort to civilization is actually an effort, sorry, to achieve excellence not only in the subjects of science but also in human character and conduct. But it's totally blind to the most important aspect of human life, because science does not teach us about civilization. It only teaches us about matter, about atoms and different, facts and figures and things like that. But civilization, that is our need, and science cannot provide the ultimate answer about civilization. And moreover, he says that school, colleges, and universities are the temples, are the institutions of learning, where students, form their mindset and improve their perception. And he also says that high aims and the best example should be fixed in the minds of the students as a standard to guide them in life. If these education institutions, fail to contribute and fail to accomplish this task, so it means that they are not doing their job. And teachers should also play, no doubt, about their role to form an exemplary character in the students, and becoming a role model for them. because teachers and educational institutions are both important. In improving the character of the students and bring the significant changes in their life, and these changes must be good. At the end of the correct chapter, he says that the concept of he gives the concept of habitual vision of greatness. To evolve an excellent character based on the values of morality, it means the habit of thinking all the time about future with great imagination, keeping in view the greatest examples of the field. It has a tremendous importance in students' life. Habitual vision of greatness. Vision means thinking. Greatness, you know that what is greatness, and habitual vision means a student must be able to develop a habit of thinking about the greats. He must know the great people in the past and why they were called great, and what is their contribution, so that having the same vision in their minds, he must be able to be like them, and he must be able to do good and to do something useful for society. So these are some basic points about this chapter. Hope you have understood it, and inshallah in the coming lectures we will start our question answer one by one. And I again advise you to go through all these points, so that you may understand the question answer easily in the coming days. Thank you so much.